And we are live. Hello, everyone. Streaming today from beautiful British Columbia, Canada, is myself, Maria. It is very sunny outside and it's an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me here on this, what day is it? Friday stream. Yay, it's Friday. When you work from home, it doesn't really matter which day it is, right? So thank you so much for all the lovely people in the comments. I already see a bunch over here. Not the best time for Unity. That's right, Meme. It is not the best time. We'll talk about it shortly. Now, what we'll do today is I will showcase a project that my team and I were working on in school. This project, we are submitting it in 3 days. Okay. We would love to collect your feedback. We would like to see what you think about it because this game is especially for you guys. If you've tuned in to a stream I had 2 weeks ago, I think it was the Good Vibes stream. I showcased a few versions of a menu and I've asked you guys to provide some feedback. You guys did an amazing job. I got so much feedback. I think I got 20 form submissions, which is like substantial for, a live stream. That goes on for a certain amount of time, and based on your input we have chosen the theme for the game, and we thought to just kind of continue on the same line. Also, this game is all about solving Python puzzles. So inside the game, you will see integrated Python questions, which is really, really cool if you're looking to learn a bit about Python. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. It's not a Pythonic stream. We will use Unity and C#, but you will see a bit of Python in there. Okay, it is kind of related. I get a lot of questions from you guys about designing video games and stuff like that, and now you get to see how we can do it professionally. Another thing we will do in the stream is we'll learn how to use GitHub, right? Git bash in particular. This is something that many of us do using the Git interface, so the browser interface. But today we will do this using Git bash, which is a terminal. We will clone everything by the book. We will push some changes, and it's going to be really, really fun. Yeah. Cool. So let's have a look at some more comments. We have Badger here in the audience, and Badger is going to be very proud of me today because this is a C# project. Okay, so let's talk about Unity. Okay, so why Unity is a is a bad idea? I just found out. I didn't know it was the case, but it appears that they are planning to charge game studios who are using, their engine for their games, and they're planning to charge them 20 cents, if I'm not mistaken, per download. Okay, so there are many, many games who are offered absolutely free of charge for anyone who wants. There's developers who are working on those games and they really want to distribute them. They don't care about making money. And they've used a Unity engine. Now these games have like millions of downloads and everything is rainbows and butterflies, but now Unity wants to charge them. Not all the studios are making money. Some studios are a student like myself. That's the whole studio, right? So it's a very controversial decision. I don't know if they will actually implement it, because if they do, people will just stop using them. Like, I think they'll move to like Unreal Engine with C++ and stuff like that. There's alternatives, unless the rest of the engines will do something similar. Who knows? I think it's silly. I believe in open source. I believe in free distribution of software and of your code and stuff like that. So this is very limiting. The reason why I'm using Unity for my project is because it's a school project and I'm required. Okay. And until I think I found out only about an hour ago. Okay. So when I basically set up the stream, I had no idea what's going on there with Unity. So we'll see what Badger has to say about it. I don't believe it's an option. It's a college. It's for college, and the course is probably using Unity. That's right. If I'm not mistaken, educational usage is free still, plus no money being made, so she's safe. Okay. So maybe if you're not charging money, they're not going to charge you. Like, I don't know how it works. I need to check it out. I heard it from someone, from my brother to be specific. Awesome. Hello, Ajay. Yes, you needed it. Great. So I hope you needed Git, because we're not going to do a lot of Unity stuff here. We'll do some cosmetic changes. We will change a few images and push the changes to Git. But other than that, it's not a Unity tutorial like by the book, right? I can't believe they did it. Unity again. Juraj, you have a real possibility of making a great game and end up with massive debt, right? I'm switching to Unreal. I told you people will do that. Amazing. And learning C++, they have a game jam now. So the timing is perfect. Awesome. So there you go. If you guys would like to learn some C++ as part of a game jam, because what we usually do, you usually start, because those engines, they have really, really cool editing software. And we will, let me just show you instead of telling you. Okay, let me show you. Let's clone this project. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna take a look at the comments shortly. Okay, and if you have, oh, Katrina is here. Katrina, I haven't seen you in a very, very long time. I'm super happy to see you. Katrina is a very, very smart lady. Every time she comments something on the channel, it's like I learned so much from it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy to see you here. Awesome. Cool. We have some folks from LinkedIn as well. Yes, it is live. It is live, and we're gonna go ahead and clone this repository of my team repository in just a second. Just saying hi to everyone. And as usual, folks, I'll be scrolling to the very, very bottom of the comments. Okay, and I'll try to communicate with you through the most recent comments. It's not always possible, but we'll do it. And if you have any feedback about the game, please add 3 joysticks emojis, just like at the bottom of the screen. You see it running. If you have anything to say about the game, any feedback, anything, this is really bad, this is really good, you can change that, you can change this. I enjoyed this, I enjoyed that, right? Then please go ahead and provide it in the comments below. I'm going to review it after the stream is over. Okay. Oh, I hit it. Okay. It's showing again. Awesome. So let's open our Git bash. Now, the repository I'll be cloning today is unfortunately private. Okay. I set it to private again. For the only reason that this is a school project and we are submitting it. And I don't know how many of my classmates are watching this stream. Okay. I don't want people to get, like, I don't mind people to get inspired. Okay. This is fine. But if you are inspired, gently speaking, by other projects that are being submitted, you may be accused of like pilgrism or whatever it is. So we don't want to take any risks. That's why this repository will remain private for the next 3 days. Okay. But after those 3 days, you'll be able to do everything that I'm doing right now, on your end, maybe minus, the pushing and the merging, because again, it's a school project. We'll wait until we get it graded. Cool. So once again, before we continue, we have a wonderful guest on this stream. It is my cat. He is now in this area. He used to be here. And this is usually where my keyboard is. Okay. So if I look a bit awkward, that's why. Okay. I'm just trying not to press on his belly because his belly is covering my keyboard. And let me make myself slightly smaller so I don't cover half of the screen. There you go. Lovely. Cool. So let's go ahead and clone this repository with git clone. We will copy. I have it here. That's right. We will copy the SSH address of this repository, right? You see clone, under it there's SSH. And in order for you to do so, you will need to set up your SSH key. Okay, so this is a private key you have on your computer. There are some really nice guides on Git that will help you do that. So I'm gonna, in case you are just beginning with GitHub, I'm going to include those links in the comments of the stream. There you go. This is how you generate an SSH key. So you basically save this very secret private key somewhere on your computer. And then you go ahead and add this key, okay, which is the second link I'm sharing with you guys in the comments as well. Okay, then you add this key to your GitHub account. This is very important. So that way you are connecting your computer to your GitHub, email account or username, whatever you want to call it. There you go. And that's what you need in order to continue with this tutorial. Okay, once you have an SSH key, you can go ahead and click on this code thingy. Oh, I unclicked it. And then you just copy this beautiful link. And you paste it inside your Git bash terminal. Okay, we will need a space. Ooh, sorry, I did something. I fixed it. I was doing it on the StreamYard screen. Sorry. Okay, so now we will need to enter a password that we've set up in advance. super secret password. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. Okay, we'll give even more time when Unity will open this project. You will see that it takes quite long to get it running. We can talk about other stuff while we are waiting, of course. Cool. Now, once we have cloned this repository, we will navigate to our root, which is sorry, guys, I'm going to pull it here. The root is usually C users and then your username. Okay. And inside this folder, your git bash root. Inside this folder, you will find a folder called Save the World, which is the game, which is cloned, right? It's called Save the World. Ha! Even though it's called Cyber Spider now because of your decisions, but that's okay. That's okay. It's an iteration, we call it. Cool. So let's go ahead and open this folder with our Unity hub. We will go ahead and launch it. Yes, you will need a Unity hub if you'd like to continue. Open, add project from disk, and we will select this Save the World folder. We just cloned. We will open it, and we'll give it some time. We'll give it a bunch of time, okay? Because yes, it is live, folks. Yes, it is. Ooh, we have some comments from Twitch. So, by the way, folks, I'm on Twitch now. Okay, I've opened an account, which is amazing, and I have some folks watching. Yay! If I didn't reply to your comments, I'm sorry. I opened this account. I'm streaming there, but I haven't even visited it yet. Okay, I will do it shortly. Okay, amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here from Twitch. I forgot the name of it. Cool. So Juan is saying hello from the Big Apple. Hello from Vancouver, which is it's not related at all to New York. I guess the equivalent to New York in Canada would be Toronto. Okay, it's on the other coast. Hi, great to see you. I was just back from the Big Apple not too long ago. Okay, hello. I've loved your channel. Finally getting into the development world myself. Awesome. Thank you for your content. Awesome. Welcome to the development world, Aaron. It's an incredible, incredible world. As you can see, Unity is still loading, so it takes some time. And you know that my computer is a beast. Okay, you know, but still, it takes a long time for it to happen. Cool. So let me scroll down to the bottom of the comments. Hello from Germany. Hello. Yeah. So it's funny because on my end right now inside the StreamYard studio, I cannot see the emojis. So when I see what you guys are writing, like you guys can see them on the screen. For you, it's hello from Germany, and there's like an actual emoji there. To me, it's like hello from Germany, hand pink waving. Okay, I'm not kidding you. If I'm moving it here, can you see it? Oh, shoot. Okay, I've messed it up. Never mind. Believe me. Take my word for it. I cannot see emojis well. Okay, but I messed up my screen and now it's back. Perfect. So, some other comments. What is your Twitch mother of Pythons? Okay, it's so new that I didn't even include it inside the comments. Okay, so hi to all the folks. No, I see text as well. Okay, so everybody sees text, but then I guess after I load it, I sometimes see emojis. Okay, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I dreamt it. I can't remember. So folks, hello, privet, folks. Happy to see you here. Try Unreal. It's not part of the school task, but yeah, definitely. I like C++. It's fun. Like I like it in a I like it in a self-destructive type of way. It's the kind of relationship that you don't really gain much from. That's my relationship with C++. Cool. Awesome. So folks, okay, it's time to play around with Unity. This is what... Oh, it's so small. I wish you could see it a bit bigger, folks. Okay, so I'm going to hide the current comments. So let's go ahead and load some of the scenes. Now, we will need to do a sound check because it's the first time that I'm streaming with some sound in the background that you need to hear me and you need to hear the sound as well. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, so let me pull in the main menu, which you guys are familiar with because you voted for it. Okay, that was your thing. Remove scene. Beautiful. Now, before we even start playing, I have just a single warning. I did not test this version of the game because the new version was uploaded. Some new changes were merged about half an hour ago. Okay, so this may not work. Okay, I'm warning you. Now, actually, a better thing we can do is I'm gonna move it. So I'm not gonna look in the comments for about like 5 minutes while I demonstrate this game, but I'm gonna move it here. Okay, and that way I can move StreamYard to the other side. Okay, you'll get to see all your comments. It's gonna be a bit weird for a second. I'm sorry, but then I will fix it. It's what happens when you're encountering technical issues while streaming. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you to see the other side. Production process, you guys, and yeah, it should be fine now. Perfect. So I can see my Unity editor right now. Now, the cool thing about this editor is that everything is very interactive. If I now press on the play button, we will do a quick sound check. Let me know how you feel about the sound. I'm gonna press play. Oh, sorry. There you go. I'm gonna put my headphones on because I'll probably need them now. Can you hear me well? I'm gonna look at the comments. Hopefully you can hear me well. Yep. Okay, no need to play with the sound, but not the game. Okay, you cannot hear the game very well. Let's see. How about this? What if I make it -30? How about now? Gameplay is quiet. Yeah, I made it quiet on purpose, but hopefully now it's a bit better. Let me know if it's a bit better. No sound from the game. Oh. Okay, we'll do it again. Okay, how about I'll make it extra loud, and in case you can't hear me, let me know. Volume up a bit. Okay. Hopefully now it's fine. Okay, can you hear it? Now, by the way, something interesting about the sound of this game. We have only used a single ready track. Everything else was designed and made from scratch by Paul, one of my teammates. Okay, he basically wrote a lot of this music, and amazing. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Paul. We still can't hear it. Your volume master isn't showing anything from the desktop audio. I'm so confused. Half of you can hear it, half of you can't. That's fine. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe it's something I need to change in StreamYard. Can hear the game only when we can hear the game only when your headphones are close to the microphone. Oh, snap, you guys. Sorry. So this is part of the technical issues. Let's see if I can do something with the audio. Okay, let's try. Can we get it from StreamYard? No, we can't. Ha. No, that's the speaker. Sorry. Microphone, noise canceling, headset microphone. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm just gonna have my headphones here so you can see, you can hear it better. Okay, and I'll make my headphones like extra loud. That's how we're gonna do it. My apologies, folks. The sound is amazing within the game, I guarantee. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it. So the beauty about this game that it's very, very interactive. We can start it. Okay, we're gonna unpause it. That's the only track that we did not write. This is a track that was provided by a royalty-free site, and my cat is moving. So if you see a tail somewhere, don't worry about it. Okay. So this is our game. We are collecting all kinds of tokens. We can go ahead and then use those tokens. There you go. Our sword is equipped. We can fight those nasty viruses and bugs. There you go. So F, die. Awesome. We also have power-up tokens. So if we select the second inventory slot with a number 2 key, okay, we can now use up this battery with F, and now we have a much faster speed than before. Are you ready for the awesome Python challenge, which you can't probably see very well? So the question is, which of these is not a valid Python data type? Let me double check if you guys can see it well. Let's see. Okay, I don't have any complaints, so it's probably good. Okay, the question is, it's the text is very, very small because the interface is small, but which of these is not a valid Python data type? We have a dictionary, an array, a list, and a tuple. You all know the answer. I don't think anyone will make a mistake here. The answer is array. Submit. Beautiful. We have succeeded the code challenge. We have now activated this lovely green platform. There you go. We can continue playing. Okay. Woo! Woo! Yeah, so the reason why I'm not playing very well is because of my cat, of course. I have an excuse. Go ahead, platform. Yeah, thank you. Oh! Cannot power up. Now, the beauty about going to the next level is if I'm jumping on this semi-platform, I can't go back anymore. Now it kind of saves me, right? Sorry. I ran out of time. There was a nuclear attack. My apologies. So this game is on a timer, okay? Cool. So that's what we have, pretty much. In terms of the other menus, we have a tutorial section, which I'm very, very proud of, because I designed it. Oh, sorry, I can't play that. That's infected mushroom. Sorry, that shouldn't be here. My apologies, you guys. Maybe I'll just mute the audio and I'll play it anyways. Yeah, I've muted the audio. Sorry, infected mushroom. I did not mean to do that. I'm sure you'll forgive me. So yeah, there you go. There's a nice scroll bar here. There's all those instructions. So it's really, really cool. Cool. Now, another thing that I didn't show you is what happens when the game is over, like properly, not, what you just seen. So I actually have a handy key to finish. Oh, sorry. I have a handy key to finish the game before it even started. It is the escape key. If I press it, the game ends. Okay, let's activate it. If I press escape, there you go. Game over. Your score is 0. Your name is... Oh, something broke. Eee. Something... no, it's just paused. Nothing broke. Okay, my score is 0. My name is Maria. Very embarrassing. I submit it, and there you go. I am inside the high scores, which is stored on a nice JSON file on the computer. Shay is responsible for that. It's really, really awesome. Cool, folks. So that would be our game. Let's see if you guys have any feedback. By the way, there is a form. There is a form that I had it ready in advance. Okay, there you go. I'm going to share it right now in the comments. If you have some feedback about this game, please let us know. Now, the initial idea was for us to provide you a live copy of the game, and we were able to do so, before. But right before the live stream, it didn't work. Okay, so unfortunately, that's what happening. Cool. From Unity IDE, you can change the resolution on full screen. So if you change the resolution here, maybe you can. Okay, I can't tell you that I'm the most experienced in the world. Usually, I'm working on this game on a different computer, so I have much more room to view it. But yeah, the speed of the puppet could be a little more faster. So the idea with the speed of... Thank you so much for your feedback. We're gonna check it out. So the thing about the speed, Abhishek, is that first of all, we have this power-up token that gives you extra speed for about 10 seconds. You get faster results. But the idea of this game is that every level, the speed kind of is getting faster and faster and faster. So, the enemies are, acting accordingly. Plus, the enemies, when they are around the player, they are suddenly speeding up as well, and they're going towards him, at least the virus. that's that part Kian is in charge of. Amazing work. And yeah, cool. Let's see. So I have a few tasks that I need to perform on this game. That's why I'm gonna pull out my GitHub. Okay, and I'm gonna type cd save the world. Okay, I am now inside the repository that is saved on my computer. Now, the first thing I usually do is I create a new branch because it makes sense to work across different branches. It's a bit easier to follow who did what. Okay, so I'm going to create it with git um, checkout -b, and I'm going to call this branch stream edits. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of edits. Okay, I want to be concentrated when I'm merging things. Okay, and I'm not very concentrated right now, but okay, we created this beautiful, lovely new branch, and now we can make some changes. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to load the gameplay scene. Let's unload the previous one. Unload scene, and in this gameplay scene, scene environment. Okay, well, that's buggy, but that's okay. We can find something inside the environment. Come on, you don't want to focus on it? Okay, you do want to. There you go. Beautiful. So in the environment, we have level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. Each of them has a metrics background, okay, which is this lovely moving background. And I need to change the color of this background, if it makes any sense. Okay, so what we will do, first of all, we will pull out the first background. Okay, is that really first? That's right. Okay. So we don't need it. So we don't need level 1. On level 2, however, we can pull out this matrix background again, matrix 2, and there you go. That's the one that I need to change today. Okay, so we will change it to a red background. We will navigate to our images folder where there's all kinds of assets for this project. And we will we will drag and drop a file from my computer. So from assets, we're going to drag and drop it. I'll get back to the comments shortly, folks. Just want to get it done with first, just to kind of demonstrate how to make commits, how to push things to your repository. And right now, when we have this matrix 2 highlighted, we're going to drag and drop this new image right onto it. Okay. Another thing we'll need to do is we'll need to press on this matrix background. And I'm sorry if I'm blocking some of the screen. Hopefully I'm not. Let me pull out StreamYard. I should be fine. Okay, so, and instead of a wrap mode clamp, we will do it repeat. Okay, and we will apply those changes. I just cannot see the apply button. There you go. We applied it. Great. So now, realistically, when we are playing this game, okay, mute audio, great. It's muted. We can go ahead and start playing. And when we reach level 2, it should be red. There you go. Let's answer this code puzzle again. It's awesome. So this is the Python part. This is where Python comes to the picture. Ha! Look at that. Well, if I was not jumping so low, I could get there. Yay! It works. Now we will do some more cosmetic changes here. So let me know what you think about it. I don't know if it's something that you guys are on board with. Maybe I can close this one. I can close it, but then it might give me some problems. Okay, so let me save this. Let's first merge those changes. Actually, not merge, push those changes. So let's save it. Let's go back to our Git, and let's type git add dot, which is git add all. So all the changes we have performed right now will be added to our to our branch. Okay, this stream edits branch I created. Sorry for the mind fart. Next, we will check with git status. We will make sure that only the files that we have played around with are being updated, okay? So we have a material that was updated, which is fine because that's the material of the scrolling background, okay? We also have the scrolling background itself added to the assets, and we also only changed the gameplay scene, which is great. We have a bunch of other scenes there too. Awesome, that's exactly what I need. So next thing I'll do is I will make a commit. So I will type git commit. So commit basically saves whatever you just did. It kind of makes a record of it, and it's very, very handy because if you have the tendency of like playing around with your code like a chicken without a head and like losing some important parts of it and having issues with reverting, this saves like a current working copy of whatever changes you made. Okay, it's very convenient to work like that. Okay, so commit -m and for message. Okay, and my message would be adding level 2 red background. Okay, something logical that your teammates can understand. Okay, let's press enter. Oh, I have some issues with this computer. Yikes. Okay, so let's do it. Let's set my global user. You can tell that I'm not working on this computer. Okay, so paste my email. Pretend like you don't see it. Maria Shah 432 at protonmail.com. Okay, it's not an email I'm using publicly, but that's my GitHub email. Cool. And do I need to configure my username? Do I? Huh. Okay, let's do it as well. So my username on GitHub is, okay, this is how you can tell it's unscripted. Maria Shah, I believe, should be. Cool. So let's try to run our commit command again. Hopefully it's going to work this time. It worked. Great. Awesome. So usually what we do next is we can make some more changes and we can make another commit. But because it's a demonstration type of stream, we will go ahead and we will push this entire branch into our repository. Okay. So usually you'd make several commits. You made a few changes and only then you're merging these type of stuff. But again, right now it's just a demonstration. So I'm going to type when you are ready to push your changes to the main branch not to the main branch, whatever you're ready to push your changes online so they become visible, right? You will type git push origin, and then very, very importantly, the name of the branch that you opened. Okay, so we will copy this stream edits and we will paste it here. Okay, you will see why shortly. So let's press enter. Password. Great. Okay, we got her done. Now we navigate back to the repository. Okay, let me pull it out. There you go. That's the repository. Okay, and you see that stream edits has recently pushed less than a minute ago. Okay, so compare and pull requests. Okay, so open a pull request. So by opening a pull request, you are letting all your teammates know that you are working on a separate version of the game. Okay, so you are about to merge these changes and you want them to know about the changes you made. We create a pull request. Now, we very often would ask somebody to review, but because I have no conflicts and I haven't made too big of a change, I can go ahead and merge it right away. But generally speaking, whenever you have a pull request, you can see it here, right? So all my teammates can see this pull request here. They pull it out. They see that it's opened by myself, and that's the commit. That's the commit I made. They can open it, and they can, in fact, clone this branch rather than the repository itself, right? Because before, when we did our git clone command, we cloned the main branch of our repository. We only had this address, but we can actually clone this specific change that I've made right now, which we call stream edits. Okay, so you can clone this one too. Okay, it's a bad explanation. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I did not practice. Cool. So let's go ahead and watch this commit. Let's go ahead and merge this pull request. Okay, so if you see that there are no conflicts with the base branch, you can go ahead and press merge. Okay, once you confirm merge and you go back to your main repository, you can see that your pull request has been merged. Okay, so now everyone who will download your game from the main branch will have this change on their end. Yay. So there's that. Okay, so if you guys are working in a team and you need some, kind of GitHub help, there you go. You've learned something new, hopefully. Awesome. So now it's time to go back to the comments. So let me flip the screen once again. Let's do it. Okay, you can see yourself again. And the last change I need to do is I need to bring my, that's it, back to normal, almost. I'll make myself larger so I can answer questions. What's going on, mouse? Why are you misbehaving? He's intimidated by my cat. There you go. Lovely. Awesome. Let's see the comments. Thanks, Maria. I'm already learning a lot. Yay! I was hoping that you guys will. That's fantastic. It's very good news. Add, commit, pull, push, diff, status. Diff. I didn't do diff. You're right. You should. And then it shows you what changes have been made. That's really, really cool. Awesome. Press start to play any tutorial you recorded me. Recommend me. To play any tutorial you recommend me. It depends, like which you're looking for Unity tutorials, or looking for Python tutorials. What is the thing you're looking for? I can probably recommend. Scotty is in love, I hope, with the game. Whoop whoop. That's right. When can I realize I need a full tutorial of Git and GitHub? It's something that you always think it's going to be very, very easy. And then you actually start working with your team and then you realize, whoa, there's like way more complexity involved. So up until now, I was working by myself on my GitHub repository. And it has a lot of stars and a lot of people are using it, but it's only me, who's uploading code and doing all those things. But when you're working in a team, it's completely different. Especially if you're working on the exact same component of your game. Holy smokes, you guys. So many things can go wrong. For our particular project, I think the main two issues we had is, first of all, we didn't know where to start. So we planned the project really, really well. We had a list of all the assets we will need. We had a really nice vision of the story. And then we have submitted our project proposal and everything was fine. Sorry, guys, my cat is playing with the speaker. You may hear some noises. Okay, my apologies. I was talking about something before he started stretching. It's freaking me out when he's doing that. We didn't know where to start because there's all those things that we have planned and all those things that we need to implement, but what is the start point, right? So we figured it out eventually. Another problem was that we started working on a new version of Unity, 2023 version. It made a lot of sense because initially we have installed it. We were following the curriculum and stuff. But then at a certain point, we realized that the requirements of our university is a very specific version of Unity, which is a 2019 version. And if anyone worked with Unity before, in the comments, you know that changing one version to another will break your game completely. Okay, it will destroy it. And we had no choice. Now, I didn't deal with the first iteration of all the issues, Kian was dealing with it. He's the one noticed that we need a different version. So he's like, okay, well, we don't have a choice. We have to revert. And as he reverted, in front of his eyes, he's seen the whole world crumbles, you know? It was a tough one to fix. He fixed it. And then I got the second iteration, you know, after. So basically he finished fixing whatever he could. And then I got the repository from that point. And that was not fun. So basically, my task at the moment was integrating the entire status, the gameplay status bar. Let me pull it out. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So the game status is, oof, we have so many elements. It's hard to find them. So menus. Okay, there you go. That's the one. So this is the status. So we have the clock that counts back from, you know, how much longer do you have to play before the game ends. We have all these statuses. We have the mute buttons, the stop buttons, the score, all the tokens, the inventory. So that entire component, this entire menu, was designed on the 2023 version. And then in my iteration of fixing the game, I had to apply it on this 2019 version. Okay, what is your guess? How many conflicts did I have on GitHub? Okay, give me a number. Give me a big, big number. Let's see if can anyone guess it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Also, don't know how to do a pull request. So no, Miriam is not an AI. Yeah. 120. Shuraj. What? 125. Okay, but what am I looking at? How did you know? Juraj is reading my mind. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, 125 merging conflicts. That's what I have when I did it. Okay, so that was fun. And I know you can resolve them automatically, right? But because of the delicacy of trying to work on the same scene with like 3 other team members, I had to do it manually. Like I felt like if I don't do it manually, something will break. And I just 125 merges, 125 conflicts. I solved it. But Juraj, that's incredible. Okay, I hear it in my head, so I said it. I'm transmitting you messages. What am I thinking about now? What is it that I'm saying? It's food. It's food. Feedback: how I learn C++ with a lot of suffering and pain and a lot of many moments of desperations. You will learn it eventually, but it's not as easy and beginner friendly as Pythonic. So if you already have some programming skills, if you already know the principles of programming and stuff like that, then it will be easy. It's not going to be a very complicated task for you. But if you don't know any programming at all, please do not start with C++, like, because your impression about the world of programming and software development will be very distorted. Cool. Let's see. Which engine is better for you, Unreal Engine 4 or Unity? And it's great live. So basically, I never tried Unreal Engine. I am comfortable with C++, but because this assignment from school was with Unity, we went for Unity. There wouldn't be another reason for me to prefer this one over the other. I'm actually much more excited to work with Unreal, but it's not part of the school assignment. So for now, it's not going to happen. Cool. Okay, Maria, what was your first development Python mini game? Python mini game. Well, we developed it together. Actually, that's the Pine game we did together. The other games I've made were not with Python. That's the only game that actually 100% Pythonic, and you can find it on my channel. Let me pull it out. I'm having it here usually. Ooh, Windows, you are so annoying. So annoying. I was saying something. Oh, tutorial, Pygame. So if you look for Pygame, there you go. Create a simple video game with Pygame. That's the one. That's my first, and frankly, my last, so far Python game. There you go. You have an answer. Okay, liked the stream. Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? I never remind you, but if you enjoy it, if you find it interesting, even for a moment, please leave this stream a very nice like. You can always subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and do all those things that I tell you in the end of my tutorials. Usually, my brain is broken. I hope it's not because of Git. It's a matter of the more you do it, the more intuitive it becomes. Like at first you need to remember, oh, which commands comes after what do I need to do? But eventually, when you commit enough, when you have an actual project you're working on with a team, there's no getting away. Like you will learn it one way or the other. It's going to happen. Okay. There you go. We have all kinds of repeating comments. Need Python API testing 0 to hero full series. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. I'm sure there exists existing tutorials and stuff. Nothing but merge conflicts horror is the biggest horror. Depends on how many. If it's a single merge conflict, you know what? I can handle it. Even if I mess something up, it's usually an easy fix. But when you have a whole bunch of them and you're not sure how they will affect your game, that's when things go really, really weird. We had this before. It's scary. It's truly scary. But it made me smarter. Okay, now I'm much more confident with clicking on merges, right? Because once you mess things up and you're able to fix them, you're not worried about messing up again. Okay, it's going to cost you some time, but you know what? Everything is reversible. What are some good websites to find software engineering jobs apart from LinkedIn? Usually here in North America, people are using Indeed. That's a website that I've been using, but I don't know. I feel like I'll tell you a story. Before I started the channel, I was looking for work and I couldn't find it because it was a very, very difficult time in the economy. It was, 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. We can't say it. Maybe we can. I don't know. I didn't check. But I was looking for work in 2020 and I couldn't find it. So I've been applying everywhere, including Immigration Canada and a bunch of like retail stores and stuff. So about 2020 was 3 years ago. Okay, so it happened quite a while ago. Last month, 2 of the companies that I applied to 3 years ago got back to me. Okay, I use LinkedIn and Indeed to find those jobs, right? So if you have 3 years to spare, maybe it's a good way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a very old school type of person. If I'm applying for jobs, the usual thing I do is I just physically arrive to the place where I want to work. I knock on their door and like, hey, my name is Maria. I would love to work here. And maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows? That's my approach to these type of stuff. But yeah, that's how I see it. I don't have a lot of good job seeking advices here, but take it with a grain of salt, of course. The host is beautiful. Too bad she's an AI. Sure. Sure. Yeah, I clone a few repos through browser, but this is a completely new experience. So when you're cloning it from the browser, you cannot really, push your changes and make all these beautiful things. When you're cloning it with Git, you have full control over how the repository operates, right? You can push things, you can merge things, you can do everything from your terminal. Everything you can do inside Git, you can do with GitHub, you can do from here. It's amazing. So, I think if you're very excited about terminals, which is the category where I'm at, this should be very exciting to you. I prefer this way, but to be frank, I don't have time to explain what git clone means and all these things. So we don't use it in Python Simplified. I don't want to overwhelm you with 2 different terminals, right? Because we have Anaconda, we have the Git one. Let's not do it. Okay. But yeah, cool. Cool. Let's go to the very, very bottom of the comments. If I missed your comments, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everyone. And since there's so many of you, it takes time to go over everything. So I'm going to scroll to the very, very bottom of the comments. If you have something very, very, very important to say, folks, you can always send me a few cents in a super chat. I don't care about the amount. I just care about it popping on the screen and being like, hey, Maria, I'm here. Look at me. I'm a comment. These comments, I will see them right away. So if you have anything urgent to say, if you have something to share with our lovely community, that's a way to guarantee. Well, almost guarantee, unless I don't see you at all. Well, it looks like you leave Python like me for goodies. No, not really. I don't leave Python. This is still part of me. It's just that whenever we're designing video games, there's an easy way of doing that. Okay, so with these tools, whenever you have an editor, designing everything becomes so much easier, right? Because with Python, very often we cannot visually see what we're doing as we're doing it, right? So this is kind of our Photoshop for designing games. Plus, especially if you're doing some 3D modeling, which is something that our game is not doing. This is a 2-dimensional game, but you can actually do some 3-dimensional modeling here. You can design houses, okay? You can do really, really cool stuff. It's a whole profession, right? It's a whole big profession to learn. I get to learn a little bit of it as part of school, but it's obviously not a lot. Yeah. People don't really write games in Python. Exactly. So you can make your own like personal games with Pygame because it's very fast. You can make games quickly. Okay, they will work really well on your system in particular, and you can share it with your family. But if you're doing something professional, it's better to use professional tools, things that are a bit more common in the professional world than Python. Not a lot of game studios are preferring Pygame over like Unreal Engine. And it's part of the deal, okay? If you'd like to develop video games, there are certain tools you got to learn. If you'd like to develop mobile applications, guess what? You probably need to learn Java or Kotlin, right? So these are the type of stuff. If you'd like to learn machine learning and deep learning, it's going to be very, very hard to do so without Python, okay, or data science in general. So there you go. There you go. With Python plus Kiwi, can we create in-game app purchase system for Android apps? Probably. Why not? You can. But again, the question is, if usually you need a purchasing system when you have a professional product. If you want to make a professional game, you got to use Android Studio. You got to use some stuff that, Android developers are actually using. If you guys are really interested in Android developers, please let me know in the comments. I can bring my uncle here for a nice questioning session or whatever. He's been doing this professionally for many years. Okay, he has lots of experience with it, and maybe I can pull out his LinkedIn account. Okay, maybe I can do that. If I'm logged into LinkedIn, I'm going to share it with you guys. Seryoga, Sergey Skoromny. There you go. That's my uncle. There you go. And I'm going to share you a link. Actually, let me pull out his profile here. Yeah, so right now, him and my aunt, who I have a lot of notifications. Sorry, guys, I haven't been here in a while. They have a nice company called Answer Solutions. They do all kinds of cool stuff. But I'll share his LinkedIn account. Is that his address, really? I'll share it in a comment if you guys are interested to see like all kinds of stuff. He's posting things about what was he? He had a nice post recently. I can't remember, but he's posting things once in a while. Check him out. Yeah, I don't want to reveal all his life story on this stream. Sorry, Siroga. I may have messed up. I should have prepared it in advance, but he's regularly posting things about like Android applications, and like he's sharing how they're building their apps with Answer Solutions. So everything he's doing is like, okay, here's a tutorial. Here's how you can do the same thing. So he's doing a lot of things along the same line as myself. He just doesn't have a YouTube channel. Okay, and he's like doing this like as a private person rather than like a public figure. So yeah, check him out if you're interested. Cool. New comments. Let's see. Okay. Yo, listen up to the story of Maria, a coder so fly. She got the Python skills, reaching for the sky. With lines of code, she crafting her dreams. In the world of tech, she is the queen. Holy smokes, that's a very nice rap song. I feel embarrassed singing it because it's very, very complimenting. I should have thought of it earlier. I should have rapped earlier. Yo, listen up. Here's the story. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? In the theme. I haven't watched it in a while, so thank you for that. That's awesome. Love it. Hey, Maria, do you offer online classes of Python? Please respond. If yes, I would love to. So the only online classes I do is either live streams or like videos. It's been a while since I filmed a tutorial because this school thing is like really, really intense lately. And because it's team project, I have a responsibility for my teammates. I can't just do what I want, so I need to be available in certain hours. But I have 3 amazing projects for you guys. I just need to kind of finish this semester, and then I'll get on it. But I have them lined up. One of them is ready and good to go. And yeah, some really, really cool stuff. Some really, really cool stuff. I swear, you guys will be very excited when you hear what type of projects these are. I write a lot of interactive graphics with Python in Touch Designer. Ha! So there you go, guys. We do have editors for Python. Is it Python games? Well, I guess interactive graphics. Games. Okay, games. Animated stuff. Okay, so hopefully it's games. If not, it's still pretty cool. If you have like a editor in which you can design, that makes your entire design work much, much easier. Okay, do you or would you roast some Python code? I will offer mine for your judgment. I don't like doing that. Like, I don't like telling people never do this or never do that. Who am I to say that? There's some things that personally upset me, but it's not things that a private person will do. It's something that an educator will do. So when I took, okay, I'll tell you a story. When I took the Python lesson in my university, I wanted to keep it last because I wanted to have my last semester to be like very, very easy. I'll take the Python course in the very end. By mistake, I took it a few semesters ago. It was a very pure mistake. Then I realized, it's a Python course. Holy smokes. Well, I see my lecturer, like I skipped most of the course, but because I had an exam in the very end, I didn't have a choice. I had to like actually review what he was saying. Maybe he said something that I don't know and I need to know it for the exam. So I'm looking at my lecturer and is making a variable name. Okay. He wants to create a list. Okay. So the variable name he uses is list. Now, anyone who knows anything about Python knows that a list is a keyword. And even though Python allows you to have variable names, that are using keywords, it will mess up your entire code. So what do I mean? Hold on. Let me pull out a Jupyter notebook. I'm going to demonstrate how upsetting it is. So I am roasting my lecturer, okay? Not going to tell you his name. All I'm going to tell you, he reminds me a bit of Snoopy. Like, it really reminds me of Snoopy for some reason. He doesn't look like him, but every time I see him, I think about this cartoon. So what do I mean? So he wants to say, like, this is a list. So he calls it list, okay? And he assigns it to 1, 2, 3, 4. But guess what? What he should do is he should call it my list, okay? Because another way of making list is using the list keyword, and it's, making it with 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I don't know, wouldn't you be upset if you see your lecturer using a keyword? Just because you're allowed to do so, it doesn't mean you should. You shouldn't be calling your variable names with keywords. You should be calling them like my list or something that is a bit different, right? That really, really upset me. So that's my roast. There's another, a whole bunch of other stuff that upset me, but this is just one example. This is how I'm willing to say. Cool, Katrina, Python. Yeah, I read this comment before. Okay. Yeah, I once mentioned Kali Linux to my mentor, and he said he does not watch Star Wars. Kali Linux, I would say it's more of a Game of Thrones type of an OS, right? Because it's all dragon based. That's my OS on my laptop. But I'm changing to Zorin OS in a recommendation of Badger. Badger here in the comments, he's a moderator. I don't think he's here with us right now, but he used to be here. He was here earlier on. He recommended me, and it's, from what it sounds, it's incredible. I don't want to install it now. I want to finish this school session and then I'll install it. But I'll give it a try. I had a problem with GeoJSON project because I forgot to put type in quotation marks. See, type is also a keyword for sure. Like, why do you mix variable names with keywords? You shouldn't use it as an example to your students because they'll be using it too. People get a lot of impressions from, whoever is teaching them. And if whoever is teaching them is doing things that are just wrong, his students will do the same thing. So this is where I'm upset. First time managed to watch it live. Hi, hello, awesome. Thanks for joining. I really love how you explain. I learned a lot from your channel. I really glad that I found your channel. Awesome. Thank you so much. Super glad you found me. Super glad that YouTube is recommending me again. I think they forgave me for saying that I'm not the biggest fan of ChatGPT. Okay. Well, I said it again. I'm screwed. That's it. That's it. It's all gone. um what else do we have here? I mean, Python is a great language, but people like me were taking so much time to learn Python for something you can do better with another language like Dart for mobile app or C# for game development. So, in terms of Python is very versatile. You can do all these things with Python, but that's not where Python stands out. In the realm of video games and in the realm of mobile games, like we discussed earlier, there are different languages that are more convenient to use. Python really stands out when it comes to data science and when it comes to machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. This is where it has the upper hand for sure, no questions asked. Also, I find that whenever you're working with your graphics card, it's very, very, I find it easier to work with Python. It's easier to set up CUDA and do these type of stuff, for me at least. That's my experience. Maybe you guys will experience it a bit differently. So another thing where Python stands out is it's easy. Okay, anyone can learn it. Anyone, doesn't matter if you have any background with programming or not. It's a very intuitive and easy language. It is high level. It is not low level. When you're talking about C#, you're talking about a language that needs to know the type of variable. You need to declare the type of variable before you assign it to anything. Okay, so if you well, we talked about it. We talk about it every stream, okay? But with Python, you don't need to specify how many bits in memory your variable will take. You don't need to do all these things. It's done automatically. So people prefer Python for that. And because it's so versatile and you can do so many things with that, people use it. But they use it for their personal projects when it comes to video games and when it comes to mobile development, okay? They don't use it for professional stuff. But for, personal project, it's very, very nice. Professors roast as an active control, not really because they are skilled. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Python interactive graphics is more likely to be data visualization. Gotcha. Cool. So it's not really a game, but it's definitely like animated or maybe not an animated. I'm not sure what it is, but I can definitely check it out. Python is for CLI or backend CLI or backend application managing files, maybe on simple backend web server like Flask. Yeah, for sure. Like there's more complex stuff. Like there's Django as well. That is also a backend, but this is like something relatively new that we can use it on the backend. Sorry, on the front end, it's something new. Sorry, backend we can use it for a while. Front end, it's a new thing. We can do it with TypeScript. I'm still don't understand the object-oriented programming. Have you watched my videos or you didn't understand because you haven't watched them? Okay, so if you have any issues with object-oriented programming, I have a first video. You can't see me because of the comment. The first video is here, object-oriented programming. This is where you learn about classes. Then you can practice it with the class inheritance practice. Another practice you can do is a very visual practice. It's a forest of objects. So what we do is we are generating this file that automatically draws a number of random of trees in different sizes, different shapes, random stuff. It's really, really cool. So this background you see here behind the video. Sorry, guys. Well, wow. Come on, Maria. Come on. Okay. Let's move you here. There you go. So this background you see here behind me, this is what you will generate. And every time you'll reload your code, every time you rerun your code, you'll have a new type of image. Okay. So this is very handy for game development. It's done with OpenCV, however, not with Pygame. My apologies, but similar principles. Very, very similar principles. Hey, recommendation, Arjan Code has a good video on OOP. Awesome. So check him out. I've seen his channel before. I know that a lot of you guys are watching him. I see like your viewers are also watching. So you know who Arjan Code is. So definitely. Yeah, definitely have a look. Sorry, sloppy writing. Let's see. Why did the Python programmer get rejected by the Java programmer? Because he didn't get her setter. I don't know Java. I didn't understand the joke, only because of that. Maybe it's very, very funny. Thanks for responding. I'm actually new to Python, so I have learned data types, loops, classes, and now preparing for NumPy. Yay, pandas. So I want to ask if these things are adequate to become a data science. Yes, it's a must, I would say. NumPy and pandas and matplotlib. Okay, another library that you need to learn. Matplotlib is how you visualize this data. You can do this with pandas as well, but like the traditional way is working with matplotlib. Yes, that's what I meant. So actually, can I show you? Can I show you some of my work? I can show you what the results of a library like matplotlib will be, because again, I'm submitting this project right away. I don't want anyone to copy it, but this is my machine learning sentiment 140 dataset analysis. Like basically, I'm figuring out which neural network will process this dataset faster, better or more accurately. So I've made validation, k-fold validation. If you don't know machine learning, I'm sorry, it's gonna be quick. Sorry, deep learning. Okay, so I've done k-fold validation, and I'm plotting the results. So I have 12 different models, and each of them has a different validation accuracy. So I'm basically plotting the validation accuracy of each model, one besides the other, and then I choose the best models. So we have the blue one, model M0, which is very, very, high up in the accuracy stuff. And we have the green or the yellow. I think the yellow model is a bit better because it reaches its peak in the third, fourth epoch. Okay, so I'm going to make a bunch of decisions based on that. So whenever you're working with data, the visualization part is very, very important. There is a very big emphasis on it. So okay, so whenever you're learning whenever you're learning pandas, make sure you're also learning how to plot with pandas. Okay, you don't have to use matplotlib. It's your decision. Okay, but make sure you go over the graphs because it's very important. Cool. What else? Do you plan to create videos about C# with Unity? Maybe. No, I don't know. It's not Pythonic. I wasn't sure if to stream, this stream today. I wasn't sure if you guys will enjoy it and stuff. But essentially, because you helped me figure out like how to make this game, I thought, okay, maybe I'll show it to you. And again, if you guys have any feedback, if you have anything that you'd like to provide, that's my uncle's LinkedIn. Sorry, let me leave. If you guys would be very kind to provide me some feedback, I am sharing this form with you here. I did not write this form. Kian wrote this form, so I'm not even sure how many people have submitted responses. Hopefully Kian will share it with me. Okay, let's see. I can't recommend pandas for it. Doesn't have a good performance and might consume all your memory if you work with big amounts of data. There are ways to walk around it. You will still see a lot of deep learning, machine learning projects using pandas. It's very convenient, especially right after you're done validation and you're done training, and you would like to store the stats. You would like to store the results, how accurate your model was, the losses that per epoch that it had. So you really, really want to save this file because you don't want to train again, right? So when you have this like history variable, you basically save it into a CSV. This is where data frames are very, 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 very handy. Okay, also, at least in my university, they are kind of using it as a convention. Okay, pandas is like it's not a requirement, but that's what everything is demonstrated with. Okay, so just because people are saying that it's like, there are ways to go around it. If you're looking for ways to make your pandas faster, I have a video on it. Okay, if you have a giant data set, mine had like 10 million values. I can't remember already. Okay, so data set. You can actually use very simple command, read giant data set fast. You can use very simple principles embedded inside pandas. We call it chunking. Okay, so this is a read-only version of your data. If it's too big, you use it, but there are other solutions as well. Okay, if you would like to insist on pandas, that's the way to go. But generally, at least, for this project, I don't have millions upon millions of entries in this data set. I know that this specific data set, Sentiment 140, is like a 1.6 million values. Okay, but I reduced it. I'm not going to train it for weeks. It's a school project, right? Kali is a Hindu goddess. Yeah, that's right. Not dragon-related name. Yeah, I know that Kali is a goddess. Fully aware. It's just that there is a Linux version that is called Kali Linux, and this Kali Linux has a dragon theme. Okay, so it's not based on the goddess. It's based on like some other stuff. That's what we meant when we said Kali. Is loop data types class defined function, including pandas and NumPy, are sufficient to become data analysts or data scientists? You'll need experience. You'll need to do some analysis of data sets. You'll need to, it's you're a junior data analyst, okay? You're learning, but in order to become a professional, you need to gain experience. It doesn't matter what you're learning. You will need a certain amount of time to get better. You will need a certain amount of projects to experiment. Did I really understand what I think I understood? Can I apply it fast in the workplace? Is it intuitive to me? These are the type of questions that you need to ask yourself. But the only one who knows if you're ready to become something is you. I cannot tell you. But just knowing these little principles specifically with the Python language, it's obviously not enough. You will need to learn it more. Become comfortable with it. Work hard. For example, we have an app that shows us the gold prices daily. We need a database for this. When we use SQL or Google Firebase, if we use SQLite in our app, does it create JSON database file in phone? So basically, you are trying to fetch data that is updated live on the internet or daily. If you do this daily, you can web scrape it and it should be fine. But I guess gold prices, it's something that you need to know right away. What usually those apps are doing, they either have an API from which they fetch the data, or they either have like some kind of a web socket that can update the prices in real time. If it's not the case, if you don't care about the real-time prices and all you want is access to this data once a day or something like that, then you just make a scraper. Yeah. But the question is, if this data is online, do you really need to store it in a local SQL dataset? I don't think so. You just fetch it from online and you kind of use it because it's already there. So you scrape it, you integrate it in your software, but I don't think you really need to save it to a dataset, to a database. Let's see. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, review, chatbots. Chatbots? No, we do not like any chatbots. Yeah, so there's a commercial. Sorry. This is the type of stuff that I guess happen on Twitch, but don't happen on YouTube. What do you do before becoming content creator? Have you worked in a company? If you do, please tell your experience. I am a graphic designer by trade. Okay, I've been a graphic designer for many, many years. I've been a signage fabricator. I've done a bit of construction. I'm a jack of all trades, you could say. A master. I basically know a little bit about a lot. In the past few years, there's been a shift. I know a lot about a little now. But it used to be, I was doing all kinds of stuff before, but graphic design is mostly where I come from. So the reason why I started this channel is because I was switching careers from graphic design to high tech. And I was very picky with choosing an employment because I do have some experience, from back when I was a kid. I can't call it experience. I would say I have some familiarity with programming, with front-end web development, stuff like that. And I have good presentational skills and good people skills. So I thought it would be a very good opportunity for me to switch careers. And then 2020 happened. So nobody was hiring juniors. No matter how talented and nicely communicating I was, nobody was hiring anyone. So I thought maybe I can stand out by opening a channel. And then when I started this channel, it picked up like very, very fast. I didn't plan to be a content creator, and there was no I never imagined that it's going to be the case. And it's funny because I realized that what I'm doing is running a business only as I was signing my first contract. Okay. Only when I'm putting my signature there, I was like, it's a business. That was very surprising to me. So I did not plan any of it. Most of the marketing of this channel came from you guys. You enjoyed it, you shared it, and I didn't need to do much. And for a long time, YouTube had a crush on me. So it was like really promoting the channel very, very often. Recently, it started again. So I'm very, very happy. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Google. Thank you, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. That's awesome. Bringing some new viewers to this channel. Even though I didn't really post much content lately, I'm just doing those live streams with you guys because of school. But yeah, I'm about to finish it, and then it's work. There's some incredible stuff coming on. Awesome. Let's see. What do you think of artificial intelligence technology for talking to people in the Matrix game on Unreal Engine 5? So I'm not exactly sure which technology they use there. Probably some kind of an LLM, maybe something along these lines. Let me just drink a little bit because my voice is not feeling well. Cold coffee. Great. Great. Awful. Oh, sorry. I scared my cat. That's okay. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, my dear. Why do I think artificial intelligence technology? So artificial intelligence technology has been used for many, many years inside games. I don't know what's new about the new technology, okay, but the old one was pretty good too. I've read an interesting article about my cat is so cute. Very interesting article about like experiments. Somebody created this small will. It's called Small Will. It's like a community that is based on like a game of Sims. Ravi, are you spamming? Are you spamming? I'm gonna put you in timeout. You cannot spam. Okay. No, I did not want to ban you. No. I am so sorry, Ravi. I did not mean to ban you. I meant to press on spam on timeout and it banned you. How do I unban you? Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. I am so sorry, Ravi. I am sorry. Ravi, I am sorry. I pressed the wrong button. But so folks, please do not spam, okay? I'm gonna see your message, okay? But if you keep spamming, I'm not gonna see it, okay? I will put you in timeout. I know, persistent. I know. Thank you so much for joining. By the way, is also a moderator on this channel. I don't think I banned him. I think I kicked them out. Unfortunately, I thought I'm pressing the right button, but I didn't. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be doing that. Rest in peace. Sorry. Sorry, I feel so bad. This is un-Canadian of me to do that. It's terrible. Sorry, guys. It's very unlike me. I would like to work with you on making mobile games. I don't make any mobile games. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm skilled enough for that. Not sure what type of engines they're using. I'd love to make like some. I'd like to make some equivalent to SimCity. That's my favorite mobile game. It would be awesome. I think it worked well for you because you are the first non-Indian beautiful Python coder. True. There are many folks from India running like YouTube channels and stuff. Make a detailed video on how to create Telegram bot using Python. See, the thing is, the thing about those Telegram bots, they're they're nice. They're being used sometimes for good things. But if you're following this channel long enough, or I guess any other channel on YouTube, you will notice that those Telegram bots are used for scamming people very often. So yeah, a lot of the things that I showed you are used for scamming people for sure, like Twitter bots, Instagram bots. All of these things are 100% used to scam people. Telegram is specifically sensitive because once in a while you get comments from a fraudster that uses my profile picture, and it has like Python Simplified Telegram 12345, or like Python Simplified, or like some spelling mistake or whatever, and then is commenting on all your comments. I cannot see it because I don't get like a comment on a video. It's a comment to your comments. It's like a reply. Because of that, the content creator, they cannot see this interaction. And then it's basically soliciting you to go to this Telegram account and, pay some money. And it's like pretending like it's me, but it's not me. So that's why it's a bit of a sensitive issue. So I'm not going to do this Telegram bot tutorial. I don't want to have anything that has to do with Telegram associated with Python Simplified. So you guys know for sure that there is nothing that has to do with Python Simplified that is on Telegram. If somebody contacts you from Telegram, it is not myself. It is not this channel. So that's why it's a bit delicate, specifically in this context. Hello from Al-Baher. Al-Baher. Where is Al-Baher? Egypt? I'm not sure. Let me know. That is why girls shouldn't be the pilot, because push wrong button. Yeah. I guess we shouldn't decide on nuclear codes and stuff like that. If that's the case. Usually I'm fine, usually I'm pushing the right button. I don't know what happened here. I feel so bad. Ravi, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Why don't you publish the applications and games you make on your Google Console account? Do I have a Google Console account? I don't even know what it is. Here's the answer. No idea what it is. I wish I knew. Okay, I'm experienced in aviation, but new to Python, and learned a few things like data types, loops, pandas, NumPy. And someone told me that these topics are sufficient to become a data analyst or data scientist. That someone is very optimistic. Very, very optimistic. If you don't have a background in programming, you'll need more than just a few basic Python lessons to become an actual, data scientist. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply to jobs. I'm saying, like, there's a chance that somebody will look at your application and be like, you know what? I like this guy. He may not be, very experienced with what I need him to be experienced with, but I like him. There's something about him that I like. So there's a chance you'll get a job. But once you start this job, it will be very, very easy to understand that you are brand new to the field. So if you have you ever analyzed data? Have you ever taken a data set that is not organized? Okay. Do you know what stemming is? Do you know what lemmatization is? Do you know what tokenization is? Do you know what vectorization is? These concepts, you need to know them. You cannot be a data scientist unless you know how to convert things like images into numbers. How do you convert, for example, a data set of words and sentences? How do you convert that to numbers? So there's so many different approaches. You can either convert each character into its numeric equivalent, or you can convert each word. You can take each word, you can use the index, you can create a vocabulary basic. Okay, I don't want to get into it, but there's so many different things you need to do with data, so many different things beyond these basic data types. This is something that every Python beginner knows. This doesn't qualify you for anything. And I'm sorry to break down the bad news, okay? Because you'll see a lot of YouTubers telling me, here's how you can get the job of your dreams without any effort. I did it. Look how much money I make. I'm so awesome. It doesn't mean anything. You don't know if these people are telling the truth or not. You don't know if there's any other factors that made them, help them get this job. But again, if you already have a friend that works in a field, maybe try to get into his company, right? But it will be easily noticed that you are inexperienced if you're not coming from programming. The only people that can actually learn Python like that is people who are already fully aware of programming principles. They know how to work with text. They know how to work with images, with videos, with things of that sort. So just learning the data types, it's not enough, because there's many data types that are not embedded in Python. Okay, there's input that's coming from VR controllers, right? How do you collect it? So many different things. So no, that's not enough. It's, in my opinion. Okay, only my opinion, my humble opinion. Thank you so much. Much love. Much love. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Best topics to learn after intermediate Python for data science. Move to AI, machine learning, deep learning. I'll recommend it to anyone. This is gonna take your data science skills to a completely different level. These type of algorithms are very, very interesting, and they are customized to the data you're working on. Okay, there's so much research to do on these topics. I highly recommend it. I find it very, very interesting, but you will need a computer with a nice graphics card, like really nice settings to do training and validation and things of that sort. You need lots of good processing powers. I recommend an NVIDIA-based GPU because it utilizes CUDA. It's a very nice software we can use. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everyone. And Shana Tova to all my Jewish friends. Happy New Year. It's the Jewish New Year today. Everybody is eating apples with honey, except myself. I'm sitting here and drinking coffee, but we'll probably eat it in the evening. Awesome. I think your playlist order is not correct. If yes, change it. Which of the playlists? I have 10. I have 10. Any plans on making a PySpark tutorial video? I never heard of PySpark. What is PySpark? I may have heard of it, but I don't remember it. PySpark. PySpark. I'm going to let you guys see it too. PySpark is an interactive interface for Apache Spark in Python. Okay. It's quite a learning curve. I don't know if I'll see a lot of requests, I will cover it. You guys decide what this channel will look like and the type of things you will see. If I see a lot of requests, I implement it. Okay, this is basically a channel that is driven by the community. So if you need something, if many people need the same thing, I'm gonna prioritize it. That's my general rule of thumb. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, Shana Tova, Shana Tova. מחדש, תפוח בדבש, בחיי, תפוח בדבש. Yeah. I don't think it's copyrighted. It's like a holiday song, so I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. Docker. Oh, look at you. Persistent is asking for a Docker tutorial. Okay. Gotcha. I like this channel. Thank you so much. Persistent, we will talk about it later. Yeah. We already talked about it, but we will talk again. No, I don't know if I'll have time to go to Discord today. Sorry, guys. I haven't been there in a while. And because I have this submission in 3 days, I think I'm just gonna go and keep working on a bunch of stuff. So maybe in a few days I'll go into Docker, the Discord. Okay, I'm having problems pushing my software in marketing. How did you overcome these problems? I would be very happy if you could explain it to us with examples. The hardest thing about designing a piece of software is figuring out, like, how do I distribute it? Like, how do I share it with the world? How do I tell people? If I knew a good advice, I'd probably have a software that I'm commercially, publishing and stuff. I've worked with incredible startups who had an incredible software, who had some very, very smart people working there. Their product was already promoted, it was already used, people were giving them really, really good feedback, and they collapsed. Okay, it's a company named Wayscript. They're no longer operational. They had an amazing product. And just because you have an amazing product, it doesn't mean that the target audience that you are aiming for will prioritize it over other products, if it makes any sense. So you need to find a way of understanding who your target audience is before you start anything else. Okay, who are the people who will need this? And when I'm saying that, think about actual people. Don't think anyone who's between the ages of 30 and 40 and, no. Karen, who is 45 years old and she really, really likes yoga. Really imagine who these people are. And if you know who you're aiming for, it is very easy for you to then market to them. Well, if you know a bit of marketing, you need to have some background there. But it's very challenging. The way that I usually, so the marketing of this channel, I didn't do anything. Okay, it's you guys. You guys have promoted it. It's something that I'm starting to do now, but I didn't have to do it in the first place. Okay, maybe just the first 300 subscribers, they came from a Facebook group. I was moderating a Facebook group called Python before I deleted my Facebook, and the 300 first subscribers came from there. They really liked those videos though. So if you have a product and it's a free product, it will be easy for you to market it. If it's a paid product, you need to look at your competition. Okay, so figure out who your audience is, then figure out who your competitors are. Look at what they're doing. Look at how they're advertising. And then, I don't like saying that, but get inspired. Okay, gently speaking, get inspired from what they're doing. So are they working with influencers? Are they working with, do they have a very, very large Twitter following? There's all kinds of ways. But whatever you do, my recommendation to you, please do not get into growth hacking. Okay, growth hacking is marketing when you pretend like there's a much bigger audience that needs your game that what actually is. So you basically buy a bunch of proxies. Proxies are all kinds of device IPs that you can utilize, and each of them can have their own username. So now you have 100 bots following you. So your account no longer has 5 followers, it has 105. And then people are telling themselves, oh, it's a bit more legit, right? He has a bit more, is, like a large audience. But guess what? Sorry. Those bots, they can be detected. Okay. And if you have, and if anybody suspects them in being bots, they immediately think that you are a fraudster. So yeah, maybe you're just trying to save money on marketing and you don't want to acquire, we call it acquire, customer acquisition, right? You don't want to pay a lot of money per getting some leads or, presenting your product to someone. So you're saying, well, I'll just use bots to either advertise it or either kind of bring more volume of followers. But that's something that companies are doing, but it immediately makes you look like a fraudster. Because who is doing that is also a bunch of phishing companies that don't really exist. They just offer you a fake service. They advertise it using not real people. So there's this CEO who's a really nice lady, but she's actually a model from a stock server, stock image site. So be careful from these type of stuff. But yeah, do it by the book. If you do it by the book. You can buy advertisements on YouTube. You can buy advertisements on Google. But the problem is with the Google ads is that you pay per click, and if you have competitors, they can just click, and you'll pay for all of it. It will not be converted into customers. So definitely check what your competition is doing and do something similar. That if you have competition, if your app is brand new, if your program is brand new, it's going to be very hard to bring it to awareness. Okay, if you don't have any competition, that's even more difficult. Because competition, they've done it before. It already exists. People know how to use it. But if you're doing something, you need to kind of educate people about what this thing is. It's much harder. You'll need to actually hire a marketing company. That's also an option, actually. Yeah, if you're not very good with marketing, just find somebody who's good at it and kind of pay them a bit of money for that, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's not fun. Okay, the whole thing about marketing is how do I say my program is much better than it actually is without lying? How do I say it? How do I delicately phrase it? So that's the principle. Okay. Oh, let's see. I recently graduated and I'm working as a software engineer. Do you have any advice for starting a YouTube channel on Python? Yeah, sure. Get yourself a nice mic. It doesn't have to be the best mic in the world. It doesn't have to be like a $200 mic. Just get yourself something like $50. Something that is better than your phone mic. You can use your phone camera initially, especially if you're doing some programming tutorials. Just use a software called IP webcam, and then you can connect your uh, phone camera to your computer, to your OBS Studio, which is the software that I use to record the screen and to arrange everything on the screen. There you go, Screenception here. OBS Studio is what I use, and you can get a feed from a video capture device. In the case of using an IP webcam, you will get it through your browser. Okay, so when you're adding components here, you go and you select display capture, probably your browser, or some window capture. Yeah, you can select your window specifically with this one. So yeah, green screen, you don't really have to. You can buy it along the way. It doesn't have to be like initially. I've seen a lot of videos where, you know, people with a lot of followers, they still don't use green screen, which is weird. They can afford it. What else? Yeah, just start filming. And when you're aiming for like how do you want it to like when you're aiming for how good and how good of a quality your stream will be, aim to do something better than last week. Don't aim to be like those channels that you're watching, like those big channels who have employees working for them. They have camera people, they have lighting people, they have editors, you know, screeners, they have all kinds of professionals involved. Don't compare yourself to them because you will never publish anything. Okay, so start publishing, see if people enjoy it. Initially you'll have to share it, you'll need to find ways of sharing it. So whether you're sharing it in a Facebook group or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, you'll need to find a niche audience niche, and then you kind of just work with them. You ask them, what do you want to see? And you keep producing what they want to see. Okay, so think about what they want to see, not what you want to teach them. It's never about that. Nobody cares about what you want people to know. People only care about the things that they want to know. Okay, remember that. The audience is everything. Okay, cool. Я слышал мнение, что язык Python медленный в плане написанных на нем программ. So basically, there's a rumor that Python is a very slow language, and a lot of people are talking about it. So yeah, compared to like low-level languages, like I haven't measured it myself, okay? I'm also repeating somebody else's words. It's something that we'll need to put to the test, okay? They're saying that languages like C#, C++, and all these lovely low-level languages are much faster than Python, which is something I believe, okay? I believe that this is possible. I get it. But then a lot of Python's libraries, when we're talking about NumPy, when we're talking about pandas, when we're talking about OpenCV and Matplotlib, these libraries are not implemented with Python. They're implemented with C. So basically, we call the commands in Python, but it's the C language, like they're being translated into C. The commands themselves are written with C, so it's much faster, right? Yeah, so I don't know, people are saying it's slow, I get it, but I am yet to see how it affects my workflow. I see no difference visually. I feel no difference between applications that I'm writing with C++ to applications I'm writing with Python, you know, in terms of operating it. You know, another thing that, you know, the thing where it does stand out is that making a Python program will take you way less time than making an equivalent C++ program. Okay, in terms of debugging, it's much easier to debug Python, and it's a matter of preferences. Like if you'd like to lose a millisecond, if you're okay with losing like a few milliseconds from the speed of your program or whatever it is, if you don't care about that, then Python is pretty good. If it's very important to you and it affects user experience, sure, maybe go for another programming language. But again, depends what you're doing. Python is pretty fast when it comes to deep learning. You know, you are able to utilize your GPU to run multiple processes at once, right? So in parallel. especially when you're doing like deep learning stuff. So I know, I'm just saying if there is a way to achieve this. Let's see. What was it? Okay, there you go. I have watched your videos about transforming a GUI app into a setup file, and it helped a lot. Awesome. But I would want to make this setup work on a Windows 7 machine, but it doesn't. It causes a PyInstaller error. I don't know where you got Windows 7, honestly. Like I tried. I used to have Windows 8 was working perfectly on my laptop, and the first few videos were filmed with Windows 8. I was using specifically their video maker. Okay, but at a certain point, Windows 11 was kind of forced. I had to upgrade. Sorry, Windows 10 was kind of forced, and I didn't have a choice. But it upgraded it automatically, and I couldn't revert. My computer is gone ever since. So I don't know where you can get Windows 7. I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think, can you get, well, yeah, persistent. There you go. There you go. Josh is saying that, it ended life in 2020. So I don't know. I don't think it's supported anymore. It's a question to Windows. Oh yeah, pawns. She's yet to see. That's right. That's right. The sea lovers. You really hate bots, huh? I don't really hate bots, but because I teach people about how to make them, I feel a bit responsible for all the shenanigans they're doing. So I'm kind of trying to step away from it a little bit. I get like a lot of phishing emails. I get a lot of like fraudsters who want to advertise on this channel, and you don't always know who you're talking to. Like you don't always know what kind of e-meeting you're gonna get. So I've been burnt. I've been burned before. How about Python in automation testing? That's pretty good in it. I'm working in C# for WPF applications, WordPress, WPF. I am thinking about Python as it can be WordPress because it's C#. Just brain fart. I am thinking about Python as a window, web, and mobile applications. Again, mobile applications and Python don't go very well together. You can design them, it's nice, but it's not the professional way of doing so. You need to learn Java and Kotlin to make like mobile applications, at least for Android. iOS, they have their own language. Swift, is it? I can't remember. But Python much slower when it's gaming. So I don't know. Are there many games with Python? I don't know. I don't know any games with Python. No idea. I only played my car game and that's it. But I'm sure that there are ways to speed it up. I don't think that Pygame is a C-based library. Okay, there are some GUI libraries that are C-based. I believe Kinter might be one. I need to double check it. I'm not sure. But Pygame is, I believe it's pure Python. So don't expect Pygame to be super fast. But anything that is C Python, if you Google right now C Python, you will find that a lot of libraries are utilizing it. Okay, so this is my everybody who tells me that Python is slow. Okay, yeah, but is C Python slow? I don't know, because most of the libraries that I'm using are in C Python. So I haven't, until I see it with my own eyes, it's very hard for me to say like this is an absolute truth. Okay, I need to measure it, and only then I can figure it out. Okay, so Light wrote something in Arabic. Let's see if I can read it. Hal or fal. What is it? This is t. No, I don't know. I can't. I'm not even gonna attempt. Because when you have the thing, it's a ta, right? No, I don't know. Forget about it. I tried. Katrina, for the project I do at work, they tend to be run once projects, and development time is far more important than execution time. There you go. So where do you want to save? Like, where do you want to save resources? Because we always have a limited amount of resources, and we need to figure out, okay, what problem are we trying to solve? We're trying to solve that. Okay, so what resources can I allocate towards resolving this problem. Oh, I have two options. One of them is, resource consuming, time resource consuming. Another one is processing resource consuming. So you always pick and choose between those, and that's what experience helps you with. Okay, so if you've only experienced one type of application or one type of work principles, one set of work principles, then yeah, whenever you encounter something new, it's going to be very difficult for you to adjust. But if you worked on 5 different projects and every one of them had different principles revolving, you are far more confident in what you're saying, how you're behaving. You've experienced it 5 times before rather than just one. Okay, so it makes a whole bunch of difference, folks. I've heard Python is the go-to for AI. That's right, but that is not the best AI language. Who said that? Which do you recommend for AI heavy game? So basically anything that has to do with models, like AI models, machine learning, deep learning models, anything that is using machine learning algorithms, in most cases, it is not written in the same language that your game is written. Okay, so if you're using like Unity with C#, it doesn't mean that the models of your villains inside this game, it doesn't mean that they will use C# in order to train them and for prediction and things of that sort. It doesn't mean it. So we kind of pick and choose the language to implement whatever it is that we're trying to implement. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I've worked with, when it comes to artificial intelligence, Python has the upper hand. Okay, no questions asked. PyTorch, TensorFlow, very intuitive, and most of the companies that I'm aware of is utilizing them. Okay, that's the go-to tools. Yeah. As far as I'm aware. Let's see. New comments. Oh, something in Greek. I don't know any Greek. I don't even know how to start reading it. Sorry. Windows Presentation Foundation is WPF. Okay, there was a comment earlier. Okay, so let me go back there. Let's see. WPF. I lost it. Sorry guys, I lost it. Terrible. I am terrible at this. Please make more Instagram scraping bot content. There's a lot. There's enough. By the way, so just because the video is no longer relevant to the current syntax of Selenium, it doesn't mean that there's no new things in the repository. So if you go to the GitHub repository, there's actually 2 more sources where you can find more of this content about scraping Instagram. Okay, so let me go to my profile. So you have this repository, web scraping Instagram, on my GitHub, Maria Shah. Okay, and you have all kinds of scripts here. Okay, in the tutorial, I covered one. There's a whole bunch of new ones here. So take a look at the updated scripts, because this is relevant to 2022 rather than 2019 when it was filmed, or 2020 when it was filmed. That's a YouTube tutorial, and there is actually a blog post where I really, really explain it well. Everything that I couldn't explain in the tutorial, I explained in a blog post. So go to pythonsimplified.org. Okay, navigate below and go ahead and pull out this web scraping Instagram photos with Selenium article. It's a very long article. So this one is not only going to help you with scraping thumbnails, but also actual images. There's all kinds of things here that I couldn't tell you in the tutorial because I didn't know them. In fact, I didn't know much about web scraping when I filmed this tutorial. I did it because you guys asked me to. But I wasn't a pro. Years after, things have changed. But you have here the full instructions. I've shared it in the comments. All the instructions are here. You have screenshots from the videos, these type of stuff. There you go. Ha! That's when I had an Instagram. I used to have an Instagram. Like it's still there, but I'm not using it. It's dormant. Cool. So there you go. There's lots of like, I'm pretty sure a lot of questions that you have, you'll get answers there. Pretty sure. I made my first app with PyKitty5. Yay! Awesome. With your video, even better. Maybe you can take a look. Sure, Olympus. If you send me a link right now in the comments, I will pop it. We'll have a look. Like, send me a link to GitHub. We'll go ahead and open it. I don't have PyQt5 installed though, so I'll just look at the code. Actually, this computer has been rebooted. I reinstalled Windows on it not too long ago. So folks, today we will do a slightly shorter stream. I'm going to leave it at 2 hours. When I say slightly shorter and then tell you 2 hours, it's still kind of creepy. But usually it lasts for 3 hours. I got some new camera equipment that will allow me to film for 8 hours even. I need to test it. But yeah. I feel like I have lipstick on my teeth. Did I have it the whole stream? That's a nice thing to find out at the very end of it. Okay, so 10 more minutes. I'm here, and then I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry. I have too much work to do. Too many things, university related. It's just a lot of work. I'm saying devs don't use languages other than C++, Java for gaming because they are the fastest for client console interaction, real-time interaction. Else, there would have been games written in Py, Perl, etc. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. Share information with one another here on the screen. I'm going to read your comments. If I don't know what to say, I'm not going to say much. Like I haven't tested those things. I made my first I read this one already. Cool. So are you making a game now? So in the beginning of the stream, I showed you the type of game I'm making with my group, with my team. We have a team in school, actually a bunch of really nice folks, very talented. We have Kian, who is mostly in charge of all the gameplay scenes. So he designed, the enemies, the platforms, these type of stuff. I'm mostly in charge with things like the user interface. So basically everything that has to do with graphic design, with the appearance of things, certain scenes. But usually I'm the UI UX design type of a person. Like it has to look good. Okay. Paul is in charge of the audio. He actually wrote most of it by himself. Like it's all original audio. We're trying to compensate for the player character that we kind of borrowed from, it's not original, it's not ours, so we're trying to compensate it with a bunch of other original stuff. We have Murtaza, who figured out all the complexity behind the code puzzle, right? How do we pop it through the game? How do we interact with the buttons and stuff? So he done a really good job there. Shay is in charge of all the high scores of all the scoreboards. So we had our tasks that we kind of delegated to one another, and now we're trying to finish all of them. And I still have a few tasks that I didn't finish. We're gonna make this game even a little bit prettier. Okay, it's already pretty, but we can make it nicer. So that's my task for, I guess, tomorrow. I'm not gonna do anything else today with it. I had enough. Cool. So let's see a few last comments. It takes names. Oh, sorry. It takes names, checks if they already exist, and oh, okay. So that's the app you made. I thought you'll send me a link or something. I don't think I'll have time to review it because we have 7 more minutes. Python is still an interpreted language. Sure, but how does it manifest in terms of like a change in speed? Have you ever ran something that has to do with Python and you said, you slow Python, so slow? I never happened to me, and until it happens, I don't know. I cannot tell you that it's slow. I trust certain professionals what they're saying. It makes sense that it's slow, okay? But who was ever bothered by it? I don't know. Like, I think it's just, people who prefer other programming languages and are being a bit jealous, with all the buzz that Python gets. I don't know. That's who I think really like advocates for this. Like, it's so slow, don't use it. Like, what? Okay, whatever. It gets faster with every version. So I don't know, give them some slack, it's a work in progress. Don't come to a Python channel and be so surprised when the main recommendation is Python. Exactly. Look at who you're asking. I might be a bit biased given this Python simplified name. I recently tested minimum 10 languages and C++ came out the fastest. Okay, 100 times faster than Python. So I have my observation. But what type of task did you give it? Because that's did you give it? Okay, because that's very important. So when you are testing, when the test is how, like, who climbs a tree faster, obviously a bear will climb faster than an elephant, right? Or I don't know, like a bear and a cheetah will climb the tree faster. One of them will climb the tree faster, but it doesn't mean he's the fastest at running. You measured climbing a tree. Okay, I distorted an Einstein sentence. This is terrible, truly terrible, folks. I'm embarrassed. When are you done with university? I thought I'm done next semester. I'm done in 2 semesters. Okay, I thought I have two more modules and one final project. I have 3 more modules and one final project. So unfortunately, I am stuck for another year. It is terrible. I can't wait to finish it. It's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of money. That's why I just really want it to be over with. But I made this commitment. I'm already like at the very, very end. So I got to finish it. But like, honestly, it's getting on my nerves. Too many years of doing that. Um, Translation, your channel is perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Try and get better every time. Okay. It takes time to decode. Elephant just knocks on the tree over and sits on it. Okay, that's a good strategy, right? But maybe, bears are very fast. I don't know if you actually, we had a bear on the mountain a few days ago. I shared pictures of it on Twitter. Maybe I can pull it out. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But bears are very fast. Okay, if bears can climb trees also very fast. I know it because I witnessed it in front of my eyes. There was a small black bear. It was Elk Island by Edmonton, and a friend of mine. You may know him from Bellator if you're watching like MMA stuff and stuff. He's Noam Voldman. He's like a Bellator fighting, like a really really big and scary guy. A good friend of mine and he was visiting us in Edmonton many years ago. And we took him to Elk Island because we were hoping to see some elks. We did not see elks. However, we've seen a bear. Okay. We were together on the trail, and then about, like, I don't know, 10 feet from us, maybe like 15 feet from us, like suddenly we see a dark figure climbs a tree, and it's obviously a bear. It was a small black bear, maybe even a kid, maybe even like a cub. So okay, that means the mom was around. Okay, translation, it means we should leave slowly and be kind of really close together so the bears think that we are a single human. Okay, but bear safety is very important in Canada. Bears are fast. I really like bears. I don't know if you can tell. You work so many hours and make games. Someone comes and pulls off the trick. What would you like to say? Someone comes out and pulls off the trick. I'm not sure what you mean. Like what Unity did that is now like it's being paid. Will they really do it? That's my question, because they will lose a lot of business if they do. If there was no alternative, if there was only like Unity and nothing else, like we have with like Adobe Suite or whatever, there's like a monopoly, right? But there is no monopoly in the gaming world because you can use an alternative engine. And what people will do, they'll just move to the alternative engine. If you've already made your game with Unity and it's a popular game and millions of people have downloaded it, the question is if this policy is retroactive. Okay, because what those people will do, so let's say you have a free game and like millions of people have downloaded it already. The question is, from the moment that this policy is implemented, are you now supposed to pay 20 cents for each of those 1 million downloads? Like, is that a retroactive decision, or is it like for anything that happens from now on, from now on we will charge those 20 cents. Like, I don't know how it works. We'll need to look into it. I don't believe they'll actually do it. It's like shooting in the foot. If you're a company that would like to make some profit, you need to think about your customers. You need to think about the creators who are using your product and supplying it to your customers. Well, your customers are the creators, let's say, okay? Because the end user at home, they don't care which engine, the game is played on. Who cares about it are the developers, and that's like the game studios or whatever. Okay, pure Python is slow, but if you use things like NumPy and polars, it's like pandas. Sorry, no, polars, it's like, yeah, it is like pandas. Then you are mostly running compiled code, and it's a lot faster. Okay, so regular Python, interpret it. Okay, the compiled code, C Python, compile. Okay, sorry, it's been a while. I need some more coffee. It's been a while since I sipped some coffee. Yeah. But if Katrina says I'm right, then I'm right. If Katrina agrees with me, I'm confident. The guy who made Windows Task Manager, Dave's Garage, has a YouTube channel where users submit performance tests to his performance test GitHub repo, runs Windows. Rust wins most of them. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I have there's lots of folks watching Dave's Garage here. I think Badger shared something with me about Dave's Garage. Let's see. The important things aren't the languages used, but the underlying foundation. You can take that foundation to other languages. Exactly. If you understand the principles behind software development, if you understand, like, does it make sense that one function controls the other? Does it make sense that one function transfers, receives input and then it transfers its output to another function? Like, how do you structure your software? What is the benefits of using object-oriented programming? These type of stuff you don't necessarily understand as a beginner. You can repeat them like a parrot, okay, but you can't explain them with your own words. But as you gain experience, you start realizing, like, hey, that's the right way of doing things. If I don't do it like that from the get-go, things will get much more complex in the future. Same goes for like testing software. It's not something that I considered important at the very, very beginning. I said, like, well, my softwares are easy. Each of the software I make can be like clicked on several times. I can test it with my own eyes. That's fine. But there's a reason why people are doing automated software testing. And you realize it as time goes by. Immediately, it's not always clear. It might be easier for some to have everything managed in the background, but with C or C++, you can minimize this or have control it, speeding things up. So yeah, so with C++ and C#, you can really control the way that your program is being ran on a hardware level. So you can really fine tune it to match the hardware you have on your computer. You can reserve bits in memory. You can make it very, very efficient. So if you are dealing with a software that has many, many components and it's very, very heavy in terms of processing, having the ability of customizing all these processes with C++ and C# is important. Okay. It doesn't mean you cannot do it with certain Python libraries. Okay. It just means that, like, because to be honest, even with Python, you can specify the number of bits that a piece of data takes up in memory. We do this with NumPy, okay? We just, there are walkarounds that we can use, okay? So we can be very, very efficient with NumPy as well. We just need to know how, okay? Thank you for your helpful videos. Keep going with good work. Thank you so much. Will do. Thank you so much, Nicolas. Awesome. Some more Greek stuff. I don't understand what is written here. Oh, Tobbs is here. Hello, Tobbs. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Definitely prime number test, loop algorithms for testing, and old ancient holy mother C-lang again becomes fast. So this is basically the test that Abhishek did on Python, C++, and C. So this is the speed test that he performed. There you go. So we have our answer. Hello, Marcelo. Hello. How common it is to integrate Python and Rust? I don't know. I haven't used Rust. Like, I don't have much experience with it, like, at all. Much is at all. Once my uncle went to see a bear. It's been 2 years since I've heard from him. Oh no, like I think you're joking. I don't think you mean it. um, I went my own. I write my own 3D engine. Nice. Nice. I always didn't trust Unity's model. I thought it was going to change at any time, so I didn't mess with it. It depends how it's compiled. To get some of the same functionality, the code might be bloated. Gotcha. Okay, a lot of abbreviations. The only language I know is love. That's right. It's a very good language to know. It's a very important language. A language of 432 hertz, 528 hertz, spiritual vibes. Cool, guys. So I'm here a bit later. I'm here a bit later than I should be. Dobbs, you have a problem with JavaScript? What's the problem? Maybe I can help. I'm struggling to get a virtual keyboard appearing in a JavaScript for mobile devices. Never worked with JavaScript on mobile devices. Anyone, if you have a good advice, let Tobbs know. I'm going to stay here for another 5 minutes. Maybe somebody can help. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm finishing the stream a bit faster because I have a lot of work to do with school. So I got to continue working very hard on it. Okay. Work's calling. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye, Josh. Thanks for being here. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for streaming. This was fun. Awesome. So, Tobbs, thanks for joining. I never had to do it, but if you're working on something that you don't mind sharing on GitHub, like join our Discord. Maybe we can help over there. We have like this help section. It's more like a forum that you can like post any questions you may have. We do have some like JavaScript experts in the crowd. If I'll have a piece of code, if I'll see where the error is, like I might be able to help. I just don't know how complex, the application you're working on is. Pretty good with JavaScript, but mobiles minus. When folks from the Soviet Union used to come to like the Middle East, they would say like ivrit minus. Okay, so for me it's like mobile minus. Okay, last few questions. Is it still possible to deploy Twitter bots now that the API is so expensive? Who uses the API for bots? Like I've never used the API for bots. Why? You use it if you're doing legit stuff, but if you're running bots, you're usually doing illegitimate stuff. You're pretending to be human. Well, you're actually not. Yeah, I never use the API. So if you want to find a step-by-step tutorial, like really, really step-by-step of how to create bots using the example of Twitter. Okay, so this is a Twitter bot, but you can make it on every platform. Sorry, X. We call it X. Holy smokes. I will never remember it. Okay, so the ultimate guide to Selenium bots. Okay, actually, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to share it with you in the comments right now. Okay, this video will tell you everything you need to know about making Twitter bots. Everything. Okay, and hopefully you will use it for good purposes. A lot of phishing scams are pretending to be like marketing companies and stuff like that, and they're reaching out to creators such as myself. They're trying to kind of steal our information or maybe get us to promote something that is a fraud, trying to really trick us. And one of the ways for me to see which company is fake and not is to have a look at their Twitter presence. The general rule of thumb is that, companies that are not famous, they're not popular, you have never heard of them, they're not going to have, tens of thousands upon hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. It's something that it's hard to grow there, especially if you're a company and not a person. So if I get an email from a company that seems legit, their website is legit, the email address is legit, everything is legit, but I noticed that on Twitter they have a abnormal following, and I go into, one of those followers and I detect it as a bot, um I don't reply. And it happens a lot. Many emails are coming from fraudsters. When you have a channel, you'll know much of it. Okay, thanks. I made a browser word game. Okay, nice. Works nice on PC, Mac, but no good for mobile devices as they have no freaking keyboard. I fixed it by making letters touch sensitive, but now they have no backspace. Ah, yikes. Yeah, I can't help with that. The beauty with JavaScript that, if you'll keep debugging enough, you'll probably solve the problem. Just keep making console logs and stuff like that, and it will solve it eventually. Yeah, you'll figure it out. Um, Hi Maria, I kind of created my first Python code and I use only one CPU. I want to know how to make it multiple so I can run it faster. So multi-threading is not an easy task to achieve. If I knew much about it, I would have tutorials about it. So usually whenever I'm doing like tasks heavy on processing, it's when I'm using tensors. Okay, it's usually for deep learning, machine learning, and that's where I'm using my CUDA, my GPU for that. So in terms of multi-threading, I've seen it once. I've seen a demonstration on it once from my lecturer in school. It didn't work. Okay, so it worked on his computer, but then in the video, like in the lesson, saying, okay, don't do what he's doing because it's not going to work. It worked for him, but not for anyone else. So I don't have much information about multi-threading. Okay, I'm pretty good with like running process in parallel with the GPU, but CPU, don't ask me. No clue. No clue. This is like really low level stuff. Okay. Last few comments. Okay. Any new comment after this one? I'm not reading. I'm just going to read a few of the above ones. Okay. And that's it, because I really got to go. I have a lot of things to do. Okay. My native language is Turkish. Oh, hello. Hello. I make software in English. I learned a lot from you. Awesome. Thank you. You are loved. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. What do I know in Turkish? Well, I know rahat lukum. Like, I know food. Turkish kebabs, I really, really enjoy. Well, I guess you have a unique language. I know a bit of Arabic, but like enough to have a pretend conversation with someone. Like shukran, shukran. That's what I know. But Turkish, there's a nice Turkish singer. Her name is Linet. I really like her. She has an amazing voice. She has like a like a very deep, incredible voice. I really, really like her. And the food, of course. What are you studying at school? Machine learning and artificial intelligence, Bachelor of Science. Well, the specialization is machine learning, artificial intelligence. The degree is a Bachelor of Science. Love from Pakistan. Hello. Ahlan wa sahlan. Hello. Love back. How do I say love? How to say love in Arabic? Oh, بحبك. أنا بحبك. Right? I know. See, I know. I remember things. Okay. Okay, and folks from Nepal as well. That's awesome. Okay. There's some backspace stuff. Okay, so Dobbs, maybe Sheldon can help. You guys know about the backspace things. We can say anything down here. She will never read it. See, I broke my rules. I really gotta go. I'm addicted. Holy smokes. Divide the main function code in CPU, count, create thread, then join. See, this is how you do multi-threading. But yeah, I'm not experienced with it. Cool. Cool. So, Tops did get help. Yay! Thank you so much, Sheldon. This is awesome. Thank you guys. I'm so that's why I'm here doing those live streams. I'm kind of trying to connect between you because you as a collective, you know way more than I know by myself, right? So we can kind of pick each other's brains in those streams, and I'll continue doing them just in Pythonic streams, okay? No more Unity C# streams. I needed this one for school. And I thought you guys might, like a nice intro to Unity. I have a feeling that everything was really small on the screen. It was hard to read. So hopefully it gave you some idea. Hopefully the Git commands will help. Hopefully. And yeah, this stream will never end until she graduates. I wish I graduated as soon as I finish this stream. Otherwise, I would finish it in the first few seconds. Okay, well, yeah, we will all be on your graduation. That's awesome for sure. I'll stream it live. I guess the problem is that it isn't a C# channel. That's right. I'm not. It's a bit of a shenanigan what I did today. But yeah. Cool, guys. So it goes there by cargo. I wanted to send kebab in Turkish delight. We have a very nice Turkish restaurant here, like really, really nearby, about 5 minutes away. It's called Saray. Wow. Sarai, by the way, is the name of our mother Sarah. Sarah from the Bible. That used to be her name. And then God changed it to Sarah. Okay, so it used to be Sarai, and now it's Sarah. Sarah. Cool. University Simplified, your new channel after graduation. University delete. Okay, that will be my channel. University ignore and never go back here again. Never make this silly mistake. Cool, guys. Awesome. Which is sorry, my apologies. I should not say it because this stream will be submitted to my university. I shouldn't be saying bad things about my university. They may have access to what I said. Okay. Cool. So, folks, there's exactly a university error not found. Do watching AI in Photoshop. It is near me. It is near for mid journey. I didn't even know that Photoshop has AI. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check it out. I'm a designer. I should be able to know what it is. Your opinion about machine learning? I love it. I do it all the time. Is there any other opinion? But folks, no, stop writing me. If you keep writing me, I'm gonna read it. Oh no, school is good. School is good. I like learning. I enjoy it. But this capacity of university, especially an online one, I don't know if it's for everyone. Yeah, exactly. Buy books, I'm in. Yeah, that type of education for sure, I'm in. But the type of education that you mostly, I feel like I don't learn as much as I pay. And I feel like I'm not doing this because I'm not doing this because I want to gain the knowledge. I'm doing this because I want this, this certificate. That's the only reason why I'm there. I would never do it unless it was involved. And I guess, it gives you a bit of a street cred. You're saying that you have a Bachelor of Science. You sound a bit fancier. And then your mom can brag to all her friends, hey, my gal finished university. My gal, my kid. Cool. So, folks, that's it. I also really like potatoes, okay? Potatoes are an incredible vegetable, for sure. So, folks, with this amazing note of potatoes, we're going to finish this stream. Okay, thank you so much for Sheldon again for helping Tobbs in the comment. This is in the comments. It's amazing. Okay, can we learn data science and machine learning at the same time? You have no choice but to. These two are interconnected. You cannot learn one without the other. Okay, you will learn it for sure. So yeah, look who's here. Holy smokes, Artiside Regal. I haven't seen you for years. Thank you so much for joining from France. I remember. I remember. Okay. Well, how am I going to say bye when I suddenly see, people I know for a very long time in the comments? I can't say bye. That's terrible. I understand that CPU count thing now. I just want to know if there's a big difference between this CUDA torch for PyTorch I am watching on YouTube and that tensors parallel that Maria talked about. So it's not the equivalent because CUDA is for GPU and CPU, like multi-threading, is something else. Your CPU has, so I'll give you the example of my CPU. I don't know how your CPU looks like. My CPU has 16 cores. Okay, so 16 cores. That means that I can run 16 operations in parallel. Okay, these cores are very, very powerful. The cores of your CPU are more powerful than the cores of your GPU. However, my GPU, I'm going to tell you exactly how many cores I have on my GPU. Okay, and mind you, I'm comparing to 16. Okay, so 3090 number of cores. Okay, so I don't have the TI. Okay, so in comparison to 16 cores, 16 processes in parallel, my GPU has 10,496 cores. They're not as powerful as the cores of the CPU. Yes, let's be fair. But the GPU can run 10,496 processes at once. Okay? It's important to remember. No, I do not have a 4090 yet, folks. Yeah. I might eventually. This computer definitely needs one. But yes. So what tasks are you working on? Because certain tasks you need to perform on the CPU. Certain tasks you can perform on the GPU. I think Katrina said it in the comments. Tensors are very parallel. Whenever you're working with tensors, you probably want to work with GPU. Okay, tensors, it's a special data structure. You're passing it. It's basically multi-dimensional matrices with like very, very complex data structures we're usually using for machine learning type of things, right? For sure. It's even nicer to see you. It's been so long. I'm super happy you're back. Like, I wasn't sure where you disappeared. But awesome. It's really good to catch up. So time to code a timer to automatically end the stream. See, it's never gonna happen. Like, I don't know what is wrong with me. I just need to click end stream. Uh, okay, there's another cool tip. Okay, and we're gonna finish with this tip. This is the very last comment I'm reading. Okay, because I really need. I need to. I need to do some stuff. I need to do school things. There is also something called TPU, which is made specifically for AI. It is relatively new, and Google is the largest player in the market. Okay, so let's see what TPU is because it sounds like a piece of hardware. Okay, TPU. Tensor Processing Unit. Wow, that's new. That's definitely new. Interesting. Google are one of the leading guys in the field of AI, and I'm not surprised because, all our data, they have it. It's my employer, so I need to be careful. I'm not an employer, I'm a contractor for them. YouTube is Google, if you guys don't know. But because for many, many years, they've been our main search engine. And because most of us have a Gmail account and most of us have a Google Photos account and most of us have a Google Drive account, all the information in the world, they know everything, right? So for them to be able to process this information is very, very important. Okay, very, very. They have more information than others to process. If they can arrange it nicely, if they can organize it nicely, then the sky's the limit. So if I need to guess which company, which enterprise will reach AGI first, artificial general intelligence, it's probably Google. Probably. I know they're an executive that used to work there. He's no longer working there. They were working on like some robot arms, and he's fully convinced that they're already conscious. Okay, I've heard an interview with him. Is a guy, Egyptian guy. I can't remember. Never mind. Just fun fact. I gotta go. Okay, I know I'm reading some more comments. I shouldn't be doing this. You guys, I'm so sorry if I didn't read your comments. I stayed here way longer than I should have. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It was a good thing that I stayed here longer, but now I gotta go. Completely. So thank you so much for participating. If you submitted your feedback about our game, thank you so much once again. And thanks for all the folks who submitted it to begin with, in our previous stream. It really helped us with figuring out which design to go for. Really, really appreciated. And yeah, I'm going to make this repository public in 3 days when we submit the project. And then you can play around with it. You can clone it. You can't really merge or push anything. Sorry, I need to drink. You can't merge or push anything into it, but you'll be able to clone it. So yeah, thanks for being here. See you soon. Bye-bye. Have an amazing weekend and Shana Tova to all the Jewish friends in the crowd. Bye-bye.